People, welcome back to another one. In today's video, I want to talk about generally like the subject of matter, invest in diagnostic tools. Now, as you can see, this one is an auto one. That's the one I went with. That's the one I invested in. Now, obviously, there's loads of brands out there. There's Bosch, there's Snap-on, there's I don't know if you can find Mac, because obviously I'm in UK, so I don't know if there's a they support Mac in UK as much. But yeah, you get the idea. Loads of brands out there. But yeah, in general, simple diagnostic tool, what you would have is obviously the tool itself, the tablet, charger, which ain't here at the moment. Obviously, you got your OBD, your wire that connects to the OBD2 port of the vehicle, some instructions, and so yada yada yada. So, the main thing is the tablet itself. So, nice feature on, nice tablet. This one is kind of like small one, as I would say. Is kind of like a 7-inch screen. Obviously, there's bigger ones out there that you can buy. Obviously, the bigger they are, and then the more things they can do, the more expensive they're gonna be. This one did come with kind of like another case as well as a kind of like bonus extra. So this case is kind of like old style connections. So for instance, I don't know, like BMW, some other Honda, whatever. I got some other connections over here. Come on. So yeah, some other connections. But yeah, these are kind of like a bonus. You're not gonna use this all the time. But yeah, when investing in a diagnostic tool, 90%, or I would say 99% of the time, you're gonna have your kind of like your tablet and then the wire that does have the OBD2 connection, which is I think anything above 1996. But anyway, so what should you do? Like, okay, you're thinking about investing in a diagnostic tool. What are the things you should consider? So like in my perspective, or in my opinion, I would say is number one thing is to do research. Research as in, okay, what diagnostic tool do you need? What are you gonna use it for? You gotta be specific, because you got your most simple diagnostic OBD2 general diagnostic tool that you can buy some cheap ones, and then you got like something like this, which is these are bought roughly, let's say about like $1,000. But yeah, you got other ones that are like just $3,000, $5,000. So how much you want, or you expect to get out of your diagnostic tool in terms of usage? What other things are you going to be doing? Along with the research in that matter. So what are you going to be using the tool for? Is buy, I would say, if it's your first one, buy within your limits. So what I mean by that is, when I say buy within your limits, is if your budget affords you like 500, $1,000 or whatever, I wouldn't recommend kind of like paying in like finance or every monthly, because I don't like that. I like to pay up front and then finish, I own the tool and kind of like finish with that. So that's my kind of like idea. But I wouldn't go crazy. If it's your first scan tool, just get something simple, something that you are gonna, don't go crazy. Obviously, if you're a beginner to like using diagnostic tools and learning it, take your time. You don't need to go with the best diagnostic tool out there, because 9 times out of 10, unless you're being trained with that one or anything of that nature, you're not going to be using its full potential. Second thing would be warranty and support. So me, I got Autel, because I know from what can I say, the shop that I bought it from, there is warranty and support. So anything breaks down, whatever malfunctions, anything of that nature, I can take it back to them. It's under warranty. Depending on the manufacturer, some warranties they last you know, a year, 2 years, whatever contract you have. So you need to check like, okay, I'm buying a diagnostic tool, you know, does this tool have, is this tool supported in where I am? And then, you know, is warranty, like, you know, like I said, something happen in case, you know, I don't mean like if you break the tool, like, you know, you hit it with a hammer, but let's say like you know, it switches off on and off by itself, or the battery dies, like, and the tool is like literally brand new. Obviously, can you take it back and then, you know, be a simple amount of a couple of days to a week, or you need to send it out like I don't know, like God knows where, and then wait for like a month or so to like get an email back, or, you know, whatever the situation, you're gonna be updated to. Number 3, which is kind of like compared to, like, I would put it to number 1 as well, is when you buy a diagnostic tool, I highly recommend try as many different brands as you can to see which one works for you. So for me, I mean, where I went in college, they had Autel. I can't remember which model it was, but that one I liked. It seemed like simple in use, like everything, the layout and everything, as I'll show you now. It seemed like simple and kind of like, you know, I like the design, I'll be honest. At my work, we got a Bosch one, so I use the KTS 200 and the 350. I didn't like the layout of that one, so that I kind of like one of the reasons I got Autel, because I didn't like, you know, the Bosch one. Are they good? I would say, you know, they're alright, but in terms of like, when I will use it on a daily basis, you know, I find the layout design in the Autel like much simpler and more efficient for me to work with, rather than the Bosch. So I mean, Snap-on, I didn't have the chance to use one. You know, obviously if you do have the chance, or any other brand, I mean, I'm just naming a few here, do try it, see, like, you know, see how you like it feels working with your tool, because obviously when you invest in a tool like this, you are going to be using it, because obviously most days, nowadays, most cars, you know, anything of like a check engine light, ABS, you know, airbags, SRS, traction control, anything, like, you know, you need this to like speak with the car, like to talk with the car. So, you know, I don't want to go like in a review of this, but just to have like a quick like look while I'm talking. Obviously, the features of the, you know, the features that the diagnostic tool will have. So how many manufacturers, you know, you got access to. So whether it's like Asian, German cars, European, you know, whatever the case might be, like what are the options of the diagnostic tool itself. Fourth one is gonna be features. So when I say like by features, what do I mean by that? I mean, this is I would say simple diagnostic tool, but it has the, not the option, but it has, so yeah, this is obviously this diagnostic tool has the, not obviously, but you know, this model of diagnostic tool has the feature of being a bi-directional diagnostic tool. So what do I mean by that is, on your regular or normal diagnostic tool, you are able to connect it obviously with your wire or Bluetooth or whatever wireless, and then you receive information from the ECU, so you can read trouble codes, you can maybe go like live data or whatever, kind of like the normal things. But the feature of being a bi-directional scan tool is you can also use this to send out information. So any not special features, I would say like more like activation tests. So for instance, car comes in and then has like a couple of trouble codes on like ABS, so you can check without, you know, doing anything, just by having the tool, the scan tool plugged into your OBD port, OBD2 port. You can, for instance, activate the ABS pump, see if it's working by there, so you can kind of like eliminate, you know, sort of like eliminate different things, so you can actually get to the problem faster. Anything from, you know, other like actuators, so it could be like your window ain't working, you know, you can activate you can see if your motor works, so if it's kind of like moving or not, if it's jammed, so you can actually see if the motor for the window works. Or, you know, these are simple matters. It could be anything from like let's say evap systems, or you want to check if your solenoid valve works. So you can actually do that by the bi-directional tool, which saves you time, and then kind of like you're more efficient with your work. I mean, obviously I would say every diagnostic tool we have this, you know, this common features: oil light, oil reset, and then TPMS, and then reading trouble codes. So you know, that's not, you know, that's kind of like common things. Some more high-end diagnostic tools, like for instance the snap-on Veras or whatever, they got the, you know, features of being used as a scope as well. Obviously this one doesn't, so you can use that as a scope rather than investing in, like, let's say a pyroscope for, you know, when you want to diagnose something. So, you know, depending on what you're going to be using the tool for, this other what you call it, obviously I need to do the updates on this one, but there's, you know, there's other diagnostic tools that if you specifically doing tires and then you're reprogramming TPMS sensors and all of that, there's diagnostic tools that let you that have the feature of reprogramming TPMS sensors if you do a lot of tires. So you kind of get the idea of what you want to, like, which direction you want to go through. I mean, even coming down to like programming different modules and software updates and all of that in, you know, different cars nowadays that they get like software updates. So you get the idea. There's loads of different scan tools out there with different features. Me, as a like first scan tool, as a base scan tool, I would recommend a bi-directional that kind of like lets you do like some active testing, you know, that kind of like gives you that little bit of an extra help in diagnosing things. You know, obviously it's going to be a little bit more expensive rather than your regular diagnostic tool that you're able to, you know, read trouble codes and all of that. But it kind of like makes the difference when, let's say, a car comes in for a problem and, you know, you want to save time, be more efficient when diagnosing a car. So that's my whole, you know, point of the idea. And then kind of like the final step, which is like the fifth one, which it goes back to like all of saying of this matter is, what do you want out of the tool? For me personally, I wanted to improve like my diagnostic skills. I know this one, diagnostic tool, scan tool, is not necessary like completely, because you can diagnose things like with other ways as well. But at the end of the day, you know, this is kind of like you know, a scan tool is essential nowadays to talk with the car, whether it's got to do with the check engine light, any other control modules, like I said, traction controller and all of that. So, you know, sooner or later you are going to have to invest in a scan tool, so, you know, you're able to communicate with the car. I mean, like I said, this wasn't a review specifically about the Autel. I mean, the model I have is the DS808EU, which I got. Oh, last thing that you kind of like remember, the more high-end tool you get, so let's say something that can do like reprogramming, is a scope maybe, you know, you can reprogram and all of that. Obviously when you're gonna upgrade like yearly, when you upgrade the software, or kind of like renew the software, so you know you still get all the new updates, and you know if the tool stays under warranty, that's gonna add up to the cost. So, you know, if you get a normal scan tool that just reads trouble codes and all of that, updates would be way cheaper rather than let's say a snap-on Veras, which has like a scope, feature of a scope, reprogramming, control modules and all of that. So, you know, you get the idea. So the more expensive the tool is going to be, the contract when you're going to renew it is going to be more expensive. Obviously depends on what brand it is as well. So that was the video, guys. Kind of like a quick general talk about, you know, thinking about investing in the diagnostic tool. What should you get, you know, or, you know, which one should you get? If you like the video, give a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Let me know why, you know, so I can improve the quality of my videos. and I'll see ya in the next video.